Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Everyone, welcome to the show. So 52-year-old Indiana resident Eric Cantrell traveled to D.C. with his cousins, Jared Cantrell and Quentin Cantrell. On January 6th, they walked past police barricades that had been dismantled, had been thrown on the ground by the mob. So they knew they weren't exactly welcome. And Cantrell and his cousins made their way to the Capitol. They illegally entered the building through an exit door on the Upper West Terrace. So I guess you could say they walked in through the outdoor. No raspberry beret, though. Anyway, at exactly the same time that they entered, another member of the mob was filmed talking with an officer in the hallway and right by this entry point. And the officer told her on camera no one was allowed in the building. However, there were only a handful of officers guarding that doorway and that hallway, so they were greatly outnumbered, and Cantrell and the rest of the mob just walked right by. They just walked in. Approximately 90 seconds later, though, Cantrell and his cousin Quentin exited the Capitol through those same doors. Cantrell left the Capitol grounds at that point. His cousins, however, remained on the property. So on March 10th of 2022, Cantrell was arrested and charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. In March of 2023, Cantrell pleaded guilty to parading in a Capitol, so he was facing up to 6 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. However, the government, as typical, they requested only 30 days of home detention, 3 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. Now, this case is a little different. I think the reason they were so easy on him is because Cantrell wasn't the typical January 6th defendant. He's an engineer with a Fortune 500 company. He has no criminal history, save a few minor traffic offenses. And as I mentioned, he was barely inside of the Capitol building. He left the Capitol grounds immediately. You know, a lot of them walked out of the building quickly, but then they remained on the Capitol grounds. That was not the case with him. In addition, it doesn't appear that he posted on social media before, during, or after the Capitol attack. So U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden presided over Cantrell's case, and in a letter to the judge, Cantrell wrote, quote, "Dealing with the embarrassment of being arrested and facing the consequences of my actions are burdens I bear every day." The details of the sentencing hearing aren't available to the public yet, but when all was said and done, Cantrell was sentenced to 3 months of probation, 40 hours of community service, a $1,000 fine, and $500 in restitution. As I've said before, in my opinion, everyone who was there allowed for and contributed in some way to the violence of that day. They all deserve some time behind bars, in my opinion. But I will admit, as January 6 defendants go, this was one of the most harmless cases. So, like I've said before, guys, it is what it is. You know, you've got a Trump-appointed judge, you've got weak prosecutors. Should this guy have spent some time behind bars? Yeah, should have gotten something. But again, I don't think this is someone that we're going to have to worry about in 2024. Just my opinion. But anyway, all right, if I hear any more, I will let you know. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Truly means the world. Really helps to keep the show moving forward. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.